Okay, so before you freak out and you see all the new code and you see that the map is actually finished and the app is finished, this is a tutorial that I'm injecting in from the future. So we're actually done with the lessons. I'm done with making them. I wanted to put this in here to fix a problem for people who are running Expo off of their phone using the share instead of an emulator on their computer. But if you are using an emulator on your computer, you might want to stick around anyways because this is pretty useful information. This is actually something that I don't think most Meteor developers who are just getting into that Expo React Native world are understanding, and it's something pretty cool. So, and it also fixes a glitch. So the problem right now is you might notice if you're running off of your phone, looking at the Expo XDE log, it might not be saying connected to DDP server. It might say something like, unable to connect or something from the last tutorial when we fixed the glitch. That's perfectly fine. We're going to fix that for you right now, so it will say connected to DDP server. What you have to do is you have to replace this localhost inside your link here. That's it. That's all you have to do. And what you have to do is you have to replace it with your IP address on the computer that you're running the localhost on. So, if you're running off the emulator, then localhost works fine because you're on the same computer. But if you're trying to run off your phone and then have the computer that where you're programming all this stuff at, you can't quite do that. What you're going to have to do is make sure that your computer and your phone, whatever mobile device you're using, are running off of the same Wi-Fi. Okay, so that's the first thing you need to make sure you're doing. And then I'm going to go down here and just clear this out so we can see it real quick. If you are on Mac or Linux, what you want to do is you want to write if config. If you're on Windows, you want to say IP config. And basically what this is going to do is list out some information regarding IP addresses and stuff. You want to find your computer's current IP address so that way you could tell your mobile device where to look for the Meteor connection. So inside my if config stuff right here, I have my IP address. Make sure it's the one that says like 192.168.0.13, something in that nature. It's not the one that says 127.0.01. It's not that one. If you find that one, it's not that one. You want something that looks similar to this. I'm going to copy this, and I'm simply going to replace localhost with that number. Now when I refresh, everything's going to be perfectly fine. I could even look inside my my Expo XDE logs and see it says connected to DDP server. So this is exactly what you want. There's also one more link that you will have in the future where I have like localhost 3000 and then we're putting in a picture. Just make sure you use this number for that as well. If you are using an emulator, feel free to use this number. This works perfectly fine too. In fact, I think it might actually be better than localhost because then you can share it on your device really easily. So point taking, the point you should take from this video, replace your localhost with this number. Things will, things will work a little bit more as expected. Okay, have fun in the next video. See you then.